All right, now let me get to Bill Belichick here, or to North Carolina football, because I believe there are 5 reasons why UNC will have a good year. And that doesn't mean the critics of the hire will be wrong. I just think they're going to have a really good year one. Okay? Because so many people, more people than didn't, said that this would not work. This will be a failure. I've always taken an open mind to it because I think if it works, it's going to work really well. If it doesn't, it's going to be a waste of time and an expensive waste of time. And chances are, long run, the people who are against it are probably right in terms of percentages. Either way. But here are 5 reasons why I believe this team will be good this year. And the first, and these are not in any particular order, the schedule. Schedule's not hard. It's not like a total cakewalk. I don't think the games against TCU or Central Florida are going to be like automatic wins, but they're both Power 4 games. They're both very winnable games. Carolina gets one of them here, right? I think the game is at Central Florida. They go to Orlando. But I mean, I just like their chances to do well against the schedule that they've got. The league schedule is not daunting by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, they could end up 7-5, I guess. That wouldn't be a good year, but I think they'll be better than that, and I'll explain why as we move forward. So the first part, or one of the 5 reasons, is the schedule. Another reason I think they'll be good is I think the pro approach in today's era of college football, where not only are players thinking about playing in the National Football League, but I think we've had enough exposure to how those organizations operate, whether it's through Hard Knocks or just the ever-increasing coverage of professional sports in all aspects. The team websites doing a better job of taking people behind the scenes, that I think today's college player, even if they don't have pro aspirations, this is their pro aspiration. So I think taking a pro approach to everything will give, and I'm not saying that other programs aren't doing it, but by former pros, I think will be an appeal, and I think will give Carolina, in terms of everything, getting them maybe a little bit ahead of some other schools. I think that when you have Bill Belichick as your coach, I think you get automatic buy-in. Automatic. There's no convincing a 19-year-old player or a 23-year-old transfer. There's no convincing them that this coach doesn't know what he's doing. Every player in that locker room knows that they are getting the best level of coaching, instruction that they could get anywhere. And this goes for the best coaches in college. As good as Ryan Day may be, or Steve Sarkisian may be, or Dabo Swinney may be, nobody is getting better instruction on how to get better as a player than North Carolina players are getting from Bill Belichick. And then we get to the two elements that I believe are definite advantages at UNC. Game planning. Again, we are not disparaging any other coach. Famously, Charlie Weis, who was a longtime offensive coordinator under Bill Belichick, and then went to Notre Dame as the head coach, he told the world that they would have a schematic advantage. Charlie Weis was very full of Charlie Weis. theoretically, he should have been right. As a brilliant offensive mind, as a coach, he should have been right. But I do think that Bill Belichick, without the braggadocious nature of it all, in terms of game planning, he'll be able to know areas that they can exploit on the other team and ways to mask his own team's deficiencies. So I think week in and week out in terms of preparation, Carolina will be a little bit ahead of the game. And then we get to game day. The one thing that I believe all college football fans can recognize is that there are tons of decisions throughout a game where it could go either way. Now, I'm not talking about just a coin toss decision. Well, 50 this way, 50 the other. No. I'm talking about risks that you take, risks that you don't. I think Belichick will lose fewer games than any other coaches in the country. And whether it's from a preparation standpoint, a game planning standpoint, or a game day decision standpoint, I am counting on North Carolina maximizing their win total this year as opposed to minimizing it. We call that the Mario Cristobal. Minimizing your win total, something that the University of Miami has done probably better than anybody over the last several years. And it's not just Miami, it's when he was at Oregon before then. I don't think that'll happen at UNC. 5 reasons why I believe UNC will have a good season. And could they win 10 games? I guess they could. More likely it's an 8-4 season, but I just think that they will get the most out of this season. Ultimately, how good you are in college football comes down to one thing. How good are your players? Talent. That is what we do not know about this team. We don't know how good it is.